Hello everyone, this is the final presentation. For the beginning of our report, our study focused on influencer marketing in social media, especially whether influencer-generated content can lead consumers to actively search for a brand. The main research question is, to what extent does influencer-generated content increase brand-related Google search interest compared with brand-owned content at the brand week level? And this topic is relevant because many brands now invested heavily in influencer collaborations, especially on platforms like TikTok. However, brands often evaluate success mainly through likes, comments, and views. These metrics show engagement, but they don't fully show whether consumers are interested enough to search for more information about the brand. So in this project, we use a brand week panel dataset covering 5 beauty brands over 12 weeks. We compare influencer-generated content, brand-owned content, engagement indicator, and the Google Trends Index. The purpose is to see whether influencer activity is associated with the higher brand search interest. Our findings suggest that influencers-generated content has a stronger relationship with brand search interest than brand-owned content. This means influencer marketing may not only increase the social media engagement, but also encourage consumers to move from passive exposure to active information search. From a marketing perspective, this provides useful insight for brand when planning influencer campaigns and search marketing strategies.
Yeah, my part focus on literature review and research that previous studies show that influencer marketing can be effective because influencer often seems more authoritative, personal, and relatable than brand owner content. Their posts might feel less like advertising and more like real recommendations. However, influencer effectiveness is not only about follower size, it is also related to content quality, posting activity, and the feed between the influencer and the brand. Existing studies also show that brand-owned content and influencer-generated content may work differently. Brand owner content gives the brand more control, but consumer may see it as promotional influencer-generated content that comes from external creators. So it may look more neutral and credible. The main research gap is that many studies focus on TikTok engagement, such as likes, comments, shares, and views. These metrics only show the recommendations inside TikTok. They do not show whether a consumer are interested enough to search for the brand on Google. Therefore, our study used Google Trends Index to measure brand-related search interests. We compared weekly influencer-generated TikTok activity with brand-owned TikTok activity, and we expect influencer-generated content to have a stronger positive relationship with Google search interests. This helps us understand whether TikTok activity can move a consumer from passive exposure to active brand search.
Okay, hi everyone, this is my part. I will explain our methodology. For this study, we use a quantitative method. We want to see whatever influence-generated content has a stronger impact on Google search interest than brand-owned content. The most important change is our unit of analysis. We do not look at each single post anymore. Instead, we use a brand week label. This means our row of data shows one brand in 1 week. This is better because Google Trends does not show the research result from the one single post. It only shows the relative research interest over time. For the data source, we use 2 platforms. The first one is the TikTok. From the TikTok, we collect influencer-generated content and the brand-owned content. Influencer-generated content means posts from no-brand accounts that mention or tag the brand. Brand-owned content means posts from the brand official TikTok account. We also collect the likes, comments, and shares. The second data source is Google Trade. We use Google Trade to measure brand search interest. We use word search interest, not search volume. Because Google Trade gives the 0 to 100 index, it does not give to the real number of the research. For the symbol, we plan to choose 15 skincare brand and observe them for 52 weeks. So in total, we will have the 708 brand week observations. We only use TikTok, not Instagram, because different platforms have the different algorithm and user behavior. Use only one platform makes the study clearly. For analysis, our main method is plan regression. The dependent variable in weekly Google Trends index. The mean independent variable are the number of the influencer-generated posts and the brand-owned posts each week. We also control for the brand size, engagement level, product category, and previous search interest. We may also use propensity score matching as a second method. This is because the influencer content is not random. Some brands may already have the more popular, so they naturally get more influencer posts. PSM help us to compare similar brand week more fairly. Finally, we use the difference in difference. It's called DID, but it's only we can find clear influencer champions data. If timing is not clear, we will not use this method. Overall, this method is better than the older past level design. It's much Google Trade data, more closely, and give us more realistic way to study how influencer contact to make affect customer search interest.
For the results section, we mainly present the findings through tables. Our data set includes 5 beauty brands over 12 weeks, giving us 60 brand week observations in total. First, the data shows that influencer-generated content was genuinely more active than brand-owned content. On average, each brand had more influencer posts per week than official brand posts. Influencer content also received higher average views and likes compared with brand-owned content. Second, influencer-heavy weeks had a higher Google Trends index than non-influencer-heavy weeks. This suggests that more influencer activity was linked to stronger brand search interest. Third, the regression result shows that influencer posts has a significant positive relationship with Google Trends index, while brand posts did not show the significant relationship. Moving to discussion, the findings clearly answer our research question. Influencer-generated content seems to be more effective at encouraging consumers to actively search for a brand, not just passively view content. This supports previous research that influencer content is seem to be authentic and trustworthy. From the marketing perspective, brands should not only focus on likes, comments, or views, because these mainly show surface-level engagement. Google search interest is a deeper signal since it shows customers want to learn more about the brand. The findings also suggest that brands should connect influencer marketing with search strategy. For example, when running influencer campaigns, brands should also prepare SEO content, product page, and paid search ads, so consumers can easily find useful information when they search for a brand. However, our study also has limitations. The analysis focused only on beauty brands and 12-week periods, so the findings may not apply to all industries. Also, Google Trends is a relative index, not absolute search volume. Future research could use a longer period time, more industries, and more detailed platform level data to test the relationship more deeply. To conclude, our project shows that influencer-generated content may contribute to brand search interest beyond simple social media engagement. The main contribution of this study is that it connects social media exposure with active information search. This gives brands a more practical way to evaluate influencer marketing and understand how social media content can influence consumer behavior beyond a platform itself. That's all. Thank you for listening.